What's happening, baby?
Everything's happening.
It's all happening.
Exene Cervenka, opening the musical door to this edition of It's All Happening, your soundtrack to our interesting time. I'm Andy Valeri, your producer and host, welcoming you to this thoroughly human-created and curated sonic antidote to our algorithmically corporatized digital environment, radio for the real freedom agenda. We're here for the hour, amplifying the liberating grooves from everyone from Betty Sue and her band Nobody's Child to Jesse Wells, from Norah Jones to Italia, and much, much more. So getting things moving along here, here's Miho Hatori with her groovable classic, Barracuda.
I
Carl Jung said that the basis of happiness is figuring out what you believe and acting according to it, living according to it. That the basis of unhappiness is living not in accord with your own morals.
Saw your face in the stars last night, shining down from a clear black sky. Colorado turned out the lights. 1,000 miles from California sand, 1,000 more to the Blue Ridge Mountains, all in the cradle of your weary hands, staring at the great divide, staring at the great city full of government tents, kids trying to sleep over subway vents, keeping watch over cold cement. No vote in North Dakota with a native ID. Churches shot, Philly, Jersey, Kansas, Tennessee. We're all waking up from the same lost street. was just hands in a pile of rags. Sometimes all we need is what we have. Staring at the great divide. 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 I only see what I can see. Divide. Feeling small and not that great divide. 'Cause from where I stand, this doesn't look like the promised land. The great divide. I only see what I can see. Divide. Feeling small and not that great divide. 'Cause from where I stand, this could still be the promised land.
Them fish are sleeping, they ain't dead. The sky's blue, it ain't red. You better eat what you're fed back in East Palestine. Well, Texas Molecule had the answer for East Palestine. We'll ship Michigan the cancer from East Palestine. The EPA's got the numbers. Your butane acrylite ain't such a bummer. There's only 4,700 of you back in East Palestine.
See, that's a part of the sickness in America, that you have to think in terms of who wins, who loses, who's good, who's bad, who's best, who's worst. We always think in those terms, in the extreme terms. I don't like to think that way. Everybody has their own value in a different way, and I don't like to think who was the best at this or that. I mean, what's the point of it?
Yeah. You know. Huh. 10 girls stabbed on a college campus. 20 school kids gunned down in Sandy Hook. A black teenager is murdered over skin color. It feel like the chaos is everywhere you look. 30 Afghans killed at a family wedding. 60 Iraqi killed trying to vote. A woman gets gang raped out in India. 5 kids' lives get ended by a drone. I don't care if you living in a high rise. You're no different from a man in a hut. Every single life is sacred in God's eyes. You ain't worth more cause you got more stuff. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care about your fortune or fame. I just want for us to have more perspective and understanding everybody's pain is the same. Perspective. Bird's eye view. It's beautiful up here. Understanding and empathy for all others. Appreciation as a half for the have-nots. Recognizing people's worth is decided by the content of their character and not what they got. I get upset cause it seems so hard for us. When we lie to ourselves, we sound so crazy. We tell ourselves that they don't work as hard as us. They could be like us if they just weren't lazy. I think it's just an excuse that allows us to treat them as less human. Cause once we begin to take it as the truth, it justifies all the evil things that we do to them. Some people work hard and barely scrape by. Others work hard and end up rich. It doesn't mean you shouldn't celebrate success, but understand the systematic hurdles that exist. Perspective. Bird's eye view. Beautiful up here. Might shed a tear. A man with no shoes stands on a corner, sad about his circumstance and being on the street. Then realized that it wasn't that bad when he was joined by another man that had no feet. A woman makes a post on Facebook about how she and her brother got beef. Unaware it was read by a friend of hers whose own brother passed away just last week. Boston gets hit by a dirty bomb. 100 people injured, 3 people died. Rare for us, but for many that's the norm. The daily threat of an attack is part of their lives. I ain't saying what we feel ain't real, but understand just what it means to be privileged. That's when you ignore the circumstances of those less fortunate than you that you don't have to live in. Perspective. Bird's eye view. It's beautiful up here. Might shed a tear.
You're listening to It's All Happening, providing a wider angle audiophonic lens to our marginalized world. Keep your dial tuned right here, as there's more to come.
They
that time, Elvis was singing songs like Good Rockin' Tonight. Now, that is a song that ended up in a blacklist compiled by the Juvenile Delinquency and Crime Commission in Houston as a bad influence on young people. They asked radio stations not to play the song. They asked jukebox stockers not to carry it. They asked record stores not to sell it. We will hear Good Rockin' Tonight this evening, along with a number of other songs that either government, radio, or television tried to censor.
Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. I'm gonna hold my baby as tight as I can. Tonight she'll know I'm a mighty, mighty man. I heard the news. There's good to rockin' tonight. I say, oh, meet me in a hurry behind the barn. Don't you be afraid that I'll do you no harm. I want you to bring along my rocking shoes, 'cause tonight I'm going to rock away all the blues. I heard the news, there's good to rockin' tonight. She'll know, mighty, mighty man, I heard the news. There's good rockin' tonight.
You're not really serious if you're saying we're going toward a fascist theocracy.
That's right, we are.
Wait a minute.
to travel out of my own brain. It's hard to get in rhythm with this pain. Someone tell me what the hell is wrong. Nights always feel quiet and too long.
Either go to jail or go to the army. But I would like to say that there is another alternative, and that alternative is justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
He refused induction on the grounds of his religious convictions on war.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some poor hungry people in the mud for big powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger.
You know, Muhammad Ali is really important in this because when Ali refuses induction, there's a famous column in the New York Times written by Tom Wicker where he just wonders out loud what would happen if you had 100,000 Muhammad Alis. If you had 100,000 people who were prepared to do what Muhammad Ali just did, you would bring this war to a stop. So the draft resistors set that kind of as a goal.
It took an all-white jury less than a half hour to find Muhammad Ali guilty of all charges and specifications. He was sentenced to the maximum, 5 years in prison, and was fined $10,000.
No, I won't be your friend. No, I won't.
I find nothing amusing or interesting or tolerable about this man. He's a disgrace to his country, his race, and what he laughingly describes as his profession. He has been found guilty. He is out on bail. He will inevitably go to prison, as well he should. He's a simplistic fool and a pawn.
Do you share the same concern that Muhammad has for his draft status?
Oh, I certainly do. My views on the draft are very clear. I'm against it. And I think the sooner our country does away with the draft, the better it will be for everybody.
First of all, I just want people to know how many are there, because I did not know. When this was, the lot of ICE detention center was on the news, and I was curious how many are there. And I was sort of, of course, thinking about just border states. But it turns out every state has one or two or more. And then when I started looking at those buildings, I was just thinking about the family who are looking for their family member who were detained. And so from that vantage point, I was sort of looking at Google Map and walking around using street views. And I just wanted to sort of give a viewer a sense of the size of these government buildings. And inside, we just did not know what was going on. It was very much hidden from public. It's almost like a archeological dig site. So the title of this work is called The Day Before Tomorrow. So I wanted to put the viewer's vantage point being a future and looking back what we're doing. It's a difficult question, but I think art has a capacity to invigorate our social, educational exchange in a society or in our own community. And I think, through that, we'll learn who we are. Art is not just making a product, but it's bringing a context in which we learn about ourselves, but it's also who we are to each other. And I think that's how I like to sort of use my art for that.
Artist Migawa Arimo discussing her exhibit on exploring life on and in the margins. More information of which is available via the program playlist on the It's All Happening website at www.bigbeef.com. There you can find information on not just Migawa's work, but on all the music and information you're hearing on this and every episode of the program. Questions, comments? email us at radio@bigbeef.com. We've got more to come, so stay tuned right here for more, because
it's all happening.
What happened years ago may have a bearing on what happens tomorrow.
Back in about 1964, when I was a young guy with a guitar in my hand, hitchhiking around the country and headed out to the West Coast, I started hanging around a place called the Troubadour in L.A., mainly because the people who played there for money, got paid for it, unlike myself, were of an interesting variety, and I was really just kind of hanging out to cop some licks and learn something. Seems like every time this fellow Hoyt Axton played there, he did very well, and one of the tunes he did that always brought down the house was something called The Pusher. Now, this is a tune that's vehemently anti-hard drugs. And when I drifted back to the East Coast, it was a tune I started to play because Hoyt was relatively unknown over there at the time. Shortly thereafter, I joined a Canadian band called The Sparrow, and we started to do the song as a electric version. And then by the time I did the Steppenwolf thing, we kind of inherited the tune. And it took on a life of its own. This was during the days when FM radio was very adventurous and flying under the radar, unlike today when it dominates. It was AM that had the hits, FM were these guys with beards in some guy's basement, you know, at 2 in the morning playing whatever they wanted. And so they played The Pusher for years, 2-3 years, and then all of a sudden they became big enough where people started to say, you can't play that on the radio. So I could tell you anecdote after anecdote as to what we've run into with this song. There were things like Winston-Salem where the police chief and the mayor told us we couldn't sing it. And anyway, but we're not here to tell stories. We're going to get on with the music. Suffice it to say that this tune has had its share of difficulties with the media, but it's still very much alive. Of course, once it was featured in the movie Easy Rider, the whole world got to hear it. So no matter how much they tried to hold it in, it was busting out all over. You know I smoked a lot of grass. Oh, Lord, I popped a lot of pills. Yeah, but I never touched nothing that my spirit could kill. You know, I've seen a lot of people walking around with tombstones in their eyes, but the pusher don't care if you live or if you die. God damn the pusher. I said, God damn the pusher. God damn the pusher, man. You know the dealer. The dealer is a man with a love grass in his hand. Yeah, but the pusher is a monster. Don't you know he's not a natural man? The dealer for nickel child, he'll sell you lots of sweet dreams, but the pusher in your body, don't you know he'll leave your mind to scream? God damn the pusher. God damn the pusher. God damn the pusher, man.
was the president of this land, you know I declare total war on the pusher man. You know, I'd cut him if he stands, I'd shoot him if he'd run, and I'd kill him with my Bible, razor, and my gun. God damn the pusher. I say, God damn the pusher. God damn the pusher man.
Bar Italia with their Mrs. Morality, bringing us near the end of this edition of It's All Happening, your musical adventure brought to you by your friends at Big Beef Productions and Strategic Air Command, where giving peace a chance is our profession. I'm Andy Valeri, your producer and host, thanking you for tuning in and making this program part of the soundtrack of your day. For information on the material featured in the program, as well as playlists and how to listen to this and previous episodes online, please visit our website at bigbeef.com. You're invited to sign up for our mailing list for updates on new editions of the program and where on your radio and internet dials to find them. You can also contact us by email at radio@bigbeef.com. We're also on social media, so please feel free to like and share the program via your own preferred interweb platforms. Thanks to all the great radio stations who are delivering It's All Happening to you over your public airwaves. And special thanks to Migawa Orima for not only the great art she's produced over the years, but for her dedicated support for bringing a little more humanity back into the ring. Thanks again for listening. Tune in again for more audiophonic journeys through this land of ours, one in which
it's all happening.
As I went walking that ribbon highway, I saw above me an endless skyway, and I saw below me the golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is my land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. I went out walking down the Bellmead Boulevard, and I saw a sign said, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. Oh, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. In the squares of the city, by the shadow of the steeple, in the relief office, I saw my people.
And some were stumbling, some were wondering if this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me.
Nobody's living can ever stop me as I go walking my freedom highway.
Body walking, it never make me turn back. 'Cause this land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me, a voice was sounding. Said this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California
other people's eyes, you begin to discover that you are moving and you cannot stop this movement to what looks like the edge of the world. Now, what is crucial, and one begins to understand it, is that if you were this hypothetical artist, if you were in fact the dreamer that everybody says you are, if in fact you are wrong not to settle for the things that you cannot, for some mysterious reason, settle for, if this was so, the testimony in the eyes of other people would not exist. The crime of which you discover slowly that you are guilty is not so much that you are aware, which is bad enough, but that other people see that you are and cannot bear to watch it because it testifies to the fact that they are not. You are bearing witness helplessly to something which everybody knows and nobody wants to face. Live in a darkness which, if you have that funny, terrible thing which every artist can recognize and no artist can define, you are responsible to those people to lighten that darkness, and it does not matter what happens to you. You are being used in the way a crab is useful, the way sand certainly has some function. It is impersonal. This force which you didn't ask for, and this destiny which you must accept, is also your responsibility. And if you survive it, if you don't cheat, if you don't lie, it is not only, your glory, your achievement. It is almost our only hope. Because only an artist can tell, and only artists have told, since we have heard of man, what it is like for anyone who gets this planet to survive it. There is such a thing as integrity. Some people are noble. There is such a thing as courage. The terrible thing is that all of these words, the reality behind these words, depend ultimately on what the human being, meaning every single one of us, believe to be real. The terrible thing is that all these words, the reality behind them, depend on choices one has got to make forever and ever and ever, every day. Are people determined to believe that they can make suffering obsolete, who don't understand yet a very simple physiological fact that the pain which signals a toothache is a pain which saves your life?
Romero confronted a political situation, an economic situation of deep, not just polarization, but radicalization. He was surrounded by violence. He could foresee war approaching, tried everything he could to prevent that, and he appealed to reason. He asked people to abandon their extremisms on left or right. And this is an important thing about him. For him, martyrdom, the willingness to express the truth at risk of your own life with the certainty that someone will take your life.
And so now I like to say, people can change anything they want to. And that means everything in the world.
The preceding program has been a presentation of Strategic Air Command, a proud subsidiary of Big Beef Productions.